Hi, it's Andy.
Hi, it's Dave, and unfortunately, no Kirk today as he's on a personal errand. He's doing one of his walks, I think, somewhere. But today we have Dean from the House of Wyvern, who has joined us. Thank you very much for joining
Hello.
us on the channel. We're going to put details of his channel in the description down below. Go check out some very interesting context, or not context, content even on the channel to go and check out. So definitely go do that. Today's video, I have no idea if Andy or Dean have actually seen before. Hopefully, at least one of you won't have seen it. We're going into an area that we've kind of avoided on this channel before, but it's still within metal, but it's an area that it's definitely something we've not really covered. So it'll be interesting to see what we do on it. There'll be no pausing.
Sorry.
Dean's just collapsing in the corner over there.
Bloody throat's fucked.
We'll give him a sec.
Well for me tonight, is it?
We've lost the camera at one point. There you go. But yes, we'll be no pausing or talking during the video. Dean can't talk anyway by the looks of it, but no pausing or talking, and we'll share thoughts and feelings at the end. Let's check out today's video. Okay, do you want to know who? Okay, Andy, any guess of who that is?
I would have known from the music, but the vocalist is unmistakably Static X.
Indeed, it is Mr. Wayne Static
I know
himself.
just he's got quite a distinctive look, hasn't he?
Yes. And share. Well, he must have had shares in sort of hair gel or something, wherever the hell that was. It's sugar crystal gels, whatever it's called.
Sugar water.
Sugar water. That's it. Yeah. So that was the track "Cold," which I believe was off the Queen of the Dam soundtrack, maybe. Or
I was going to ask. It looked like it.
It was definitely off one of the Vampire soundtrack. I think it was the Queen of Damned it was used in, and was written specifically for that particular video or film. Andy, you might as well kick it off. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously from the look of the video, it looks like it's come from a sort of Hollywood vampire-esque film. I mean, I'll put down the Lost Boys, but it obviously won't matter. But yeah, I really like the main riff, but if it's going to be that slow, almost Doom-like, it needs to have more aggression. I think.
Right.
You know, vocally, I was quite surprised at how mellow he was. You know, with his look. I mean, I don't know this band, and the riff. Thought, yeah, this is really good riff. I thought the vocals were really going to kick in and be sort of pretty heavy, but it's quite subdued throughout, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, as I say, the riff I did enjoy. Vocals, fitted it well. Just quite ordinary, really. I'd say it could have been so much better. If it was a little bit faster and a little bit heavier, a little more hard hitting, I think that'd been a really good track. I mean, I don't know if that's indicative of Static X's material.
No.
Honestly, I don't know. Never heard them.
No,
apart from when he featured in, I think they were called Executioners. A couple of guys from done a sort of rap side project, and he kind of done the guitar riff in that. I think in the video, but that's my sort of knowledge of Static X's material. And this
I'll come back to that in a minute then. So, Dean, what did you reckon, mate?
For starters, to say that the video is certainly of its era.
Yes.
Around that time I'd say music videos had a lot more effort put into them to try and tell some sort of story. I know that's not generally the rules it is now, but there is a lot of laziness in the metal scene when it comes to videos where you'll just have like a static picture and it'll just zoom around it. I noticed that for a fair few folk metal bands. I don't know if it's gone on to other bands, but I just like the production value for that. There's a lot of effort gone into it. The song, that was a staple at metal clubs like 15 odd years ago, maybe more.
It would have been early 2000s.
Yeah, certainly. I don't really say what the genre would be. I'd probably call it more towards new metal, but I might be wrong on that one. But other than that, yeah, I enjoyed the track. There's not really too much to say. It's quite a mellow track. It is quite interesting to see the balance between him screaming has been reduced or compressed, maybe, as in comparison to the background music, because obviously he's screaming, but it's like at the same level as the music itself, if that makes sense. So it's a bit jarring.
It's definitely more of a chilled. It's a more of a compressed track for Static X. You could have easily gone into many other tracks from them, like Push It. We could have easily gone and picked that as the first sort of track, but then I think this was a good one because it kind of gave it a bit more of an eerie feel, which with Andy kind of the doom elements. I've
just had a thought.
Yeah,
just had a thought though. If it is for a movie, they do tend to compress them. If you ever heard the Slipknot one for Resident Evil, it sounds a lot different for Wait and Bleed than it does in the original. Just a thought.
True. So if they've used it, because they'll do it across the whole, they'll have mastered it in a slightly different way for the whole album as well. So yeah, there could be an element of that. But there are several other tracks we could have picked for Static X, but I thought it was a good one to kind of bring in initially. I don't think he gets really any more aggressive vocally on any tracks. He does a lot of shouty. He's kind of what I would call he just increases in volume in his shoutiness. He doesn't really get any deeper in his growl or anything like that in his style. New metal is definitely the genre I would put them in. Interestingly, on the Executioners one, he actually didn't play the guitar in any of it. He just did it in the music video. The guitar was actually played by the guy that does the rapping. So he did the guitar part, but he couldn't do the rapping and play guitar. So Wayne came in and actually just played the guitar on the music video.
Is that allowed?
I don't think it should be allowed.
In the metal,
he just came in. He literally just came in and mimed the play-in for the music video, which is just that one riff, that chuggy, ja-jan. So yeah, that was it.
The guy from Linkin Park is exactly the same. He's only got a mime and rap at the same time. But
I think they just said, "Do you fancy doing it?" He was like, "Yeah, all right. I've got a spare afternoon. I'll come down and do it for your music video. Why not?" I mean, I like Static X. I don't like all of their stuff. I pretty much it's almost all the singles. I like all their sort of single stuff. even like some of the later stuff they did, like Destroyer, was just very groovy. But it is a lot of repetition that you're not going to get with sort of Static X. Huge amounts of variety, loads of interesting solos, different things like that. They are loops, repetition, electronica. It's about metal but dancing. So, and that's why you were saying, Dean, about them. It was a staple of the club scene because it got people on the floor. People loved it. They danced around on the floor to Static X all the time because it was the closest thing that metal got to an actual dance scene was Static X in a way. And before you got sort of like the bigger industrial stuff like Rammstein and stuff like that, where Du Hast would come on and then everyone would go on the dance floor.
Yeah.
But yeah, Static X and Cold. So that's our new metal song for today. So you don't have to worry about any more new metal for the rest of today's video. So you're all right. We've got that one out.
I don't mind.
I don't mind a bit of new metal. We definitely won't be putting a Limp Bizkit on. Not anytime soon.
I say no, I'll get crucified.
Yeah. There we go. That was Static X and Cold. Now, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.